Hello, everybody. I'm Happy Caldwell, and I want to thank you for watching VTN, the Victory Television Network, and especially for watching Arkansas Alive. Today, we have a very special guest. She's always a special guest. Rose Mimms is here from Arkansas Right to Life. And we're going to talk about an event that's coming up. It's called Bow Ties for Babies. She'll explain what that means. But Arkansas is the most pro-life state in America now, and I've just recently been reminded for 5 years in a row. This is so important, folks. You need to stay tuned and listen to what the Spirit of God is doing. We're saving lives of little children. And so that's something we can all be proud of and be involved in. So join me. Stay tuned. Arkansas Live starts right now. Rose has been on Arkansas Live many times, and we're just so glad to be able to help Arkansas Right to Life. And she's the representative that you always see. She's been doing this for how many years now?
30 some odd.
30 some odd years. And there's a lot of progress been made for 30 some odd years. So thank you for your commitment to the unborn children. And Bow Ties for Babies is coming up February 27th at the Benton Event Center right here in Central Arkansas. And we'd like people to come. It is a fundraising event, and make no apologies for that, because we need to raise funds for Arkansas Right to Life. So tell us what the Bow Ties for Babies means. I wanted to wear a bow tie this morning, but the only ones that I have is for a tuxedo, or it has the elastic in you, but I couldn't get it to work. I can't tie one. So I thought I'd save us both the embarrassment. What is it? Why is it called Bow Ties for Babies?
Well, it's just a fun event.
Okay.
And one of our sister affiliates down in Louisiana, they had an event one time that they called Bow Ties for Babies. And we thought, wow, that sounds interesting and fun. And we wanted to focus on the fun, put the emphasis on the fun part of the fundraiser. And so the very first Bow Ties for Babies event that we had was in 2020.
Wow.
And we had a photo booth and just made it a real festive, celebrating event, celebrating life in Arkansas. And we have a signature bow tie that all of our volunteers wear. It's red and it flashes or blinks, and it's just a fun way for people to, number one, identify our volunteers that are serving their food and getting them whatever they need, helping them find their table when they arrive, things like that. So it's a fun event, and it does raise money, that we need.
So, but I don't have to wear a bow tie to get in.
No, you don't have to wear a bow tie, but bow ties are strongly encouraged.
Okay.
Yes, for the men and women, and we see women with bows in their hair. We see women with bow ties, men with bow ties. It's a dressy event if you want it to be. I mean, we don't turn away anybody, that is not in a tuxedo or an evening gown. But if they, it can be that if you want to make it that.
So make it a formal event in your mind, so that when you write it on your calendar, February 27th, take it as a dress-up occasion. You don't have to wear a bow tie, but you can dress up, and you would be saying, this is important to me, and I'm going to share in the festivities, and I would encourage you to be there. Okay. Share the vision and the purpose behind all of this. I know it's recognition. I know it's fundraising. It is a fundraising event. And do you have any goals for this year's event? I mean, do you want to raise $1 million or?
Well, would that be setting the goal really high? But no, half of that wouldn't be bad. But we're realistic. People are paying a pretty good ticket price to come to the event, and that in itself is a donation. But yes, we do ask people when they're there we invite them.
Right.
We invite them to join our vision of making sure that Arkansas stays, if not the number one pro-life state, very high up there, protecting our mothers, our pregnant women, and our unborn babies, because that's what it's all about.
Now, you can How much is the event? What does it cost
Well,
for you?
an individual ticket is $125.
Okay.
And then so a table would be $12.50 for a table of 10. And so, we and we have sponsors. We ask people to sponsor the event, help underwrite the cost of it, because it's
Right.
not, it's expensive to put on a dinner and invite 500 people.
Yeah.
So our event last year with Tim Tebow was a huge success. We had over almost 700 guests at that event.
Wow.
Yeah, so we, our bar is a little bit lower with a speaker like Seth Dillon, but Seth Dillon also is a huge draw. He's with the Babylon Bee. Many young people are familiar with the Babylon Bee. They follow it on social media. It's a Christian satirical news source, and they poke fun. They're an equal opportunity offender.
Okay.
So anyway, we're looking forward to him coming and sharing his wit and his humor. He has very dry humor, as you'll see when you show the video clip this morning on the show.
Well, let's do that now. Let's go to the video, and we'll be right back.
Hello, friends. I'm Seth Dillon with the Babylon Bee, the world's most trusted, factually accurate news source. We actually have one of the hardest jobs today, writing parody in a world that has become too absurd to be satirized. I'm excited to join you in Arkansas, celebrate life, and raise some funds for Arkansas Right to Life's important work. Arkansas Right to Life is the state's oldest and largest pro-life organization, and recently marked 50 years in the fight for life. They're a leader whose efforts have resulted in over 60 laws that safeguard the lives of mothers and their unborn children. Arkansas is recognized as being the most pro-life state by Americans United for Life for the last 4 years in a row. And just last year, Arkansas Right to Life led the charge to defeat a constitutional amendment to allow abortion up to the moment of birth and would have nullified the many laws that safeguard life. We won a battle, but the fight continues. Bow Ties for Babies is an opportunity for us to join with Arkansas Right to Life to help continue their life-saving work for years to come. So come out and spend an evening with us, affirming life and laughing at the things that deserve it.
Thank you, Seth. That's going to be a great time. And I want to encourage you because we want to keep Arkansas at the front of the pack. We want to stay the leader in the U.S. That's something we can brag about, not on ourselves. Rose probably deserves more credit than anybody. She's been doing this for over 30 years. But we want to stay at the front of the pack. And you can be proud. I've noticed that all of the March for Life that we have every year, that there are more young people coming than ever before. And that means because you've been teaching them and training them, and their parents are bringing them to the event. And that's the way we're going to stay ahead and stay, on the line for these babies that have no voice and nobody to speak up for them. And so these are ways to raise funds to help this initiative go forth. Is there an event theme for the conference event? Is there
Our theme is and has been, let's keep Arkansas abortion free.
Okay.
And to do that, we do need funds, and we have started some new initiatives in Arkansas through our Love Them Both campaign. And we had new signs at the March for Life. Some of you may have carried them for us. And it's just wanting to show that in Arkansas we can love them both. No woman has to choose abortion. We have so many resources available, and working to provide more resources for pregnant mothers and their families so that no mother has to choose abortion. So let's keep Arkansas abortion free. And that's going to require everybody taking a part. If you love life and want to protect mothers and their babies in Arkansas, you've got to do something. And we're inviting them at Bow Ties for Babies to share in our vision to make Arkansas an abortion-free state forever.
James Robinson shares many times about his upbringing and how his mother was told to abort him, because she was a nurse, she was raped, she got pregnant, and they said, you might as well abort this child. And she refused to do it. And that was his testimony of how he became a Christian, is he was adopted by a Christian family, a pastor, and his wife. And look at him now. He's preached all over the world. Billy Graham said that he was one of the greatest preachers that he had ever heard. And James always promotes that. And I think it was his program not too long ago where he had a young couple, and there was no violation of any laws or anything. They just had a baby that they weren't expecting or didn't want, and somebody talked her into aborting the baby, and she said she was totally shocked at her emotional, her mental response to this, because they convinced her that it was no big deal. But she said after it was over, she said, I sat there and just was in like a zombie. I was just numb. And she said, I realized that I had killed my baby, my little child. And she said that was worse than anything that I could have imagined. It took her years to get over that, but she finally did. God helped her. But I think a lot of people don't realize how serious this is. When a woman is forced or misinformed and she follows that path of abortion, you can't really, I felt compassion for this woman. I didn't blame her. I didn't criticize her for doing that. I felt so much compassion for her because of what she did in a time of ignorance or a time of vulnerability and whatever. Then she realized what she'd done. Well, Arkansas Right to Life has dedicated their entire existence to help women. We hear politically about women standing up for reproductive rights, but an abortion is not a reproductive right. It's a decision, a death decision for the baby. So we want to encourage you. And if you're a corporate entity, you can sponsor a table. That's $1,250. For a corporation that's probably worth millions, $1,250 is not a whole lot for you to invest in your community. So I would like to ask those of you that are in the corporate world, maybe it's your company, you own it, or maybe you just work for it, but you have an influence. I would like for you to go online, pick up the phone, whatever you may do, and make an investment in this and sponsor a table. Now, how many people can sit at a table in the way they're going to be setting it up?
The big tables of 10.
Tables of 10, $125 a piece, $1,250. And I know in these kind of things, some things come up where you can't make it. That's all right. I know I've sponsored tables before at other venues, and everybody couldn't come, or I couldn't come, Jeannie and I couldn't come, and we would invite people to sit at that table. So you can do that even if you can't come. You want to make an investment in this, and I'd like for you to address that too, because that's a big event for corporations to do. And a lot of times, these corporations are afraid to be identified with life, but they don't need to be afraid. It's the how do you say it? It's the politically correct thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
Well, in 2025, our president has made it
Yes.
not so politically incorrect
Right.
to be pro-life. So, we do invite and encourage corporations, like you said, or organizations that would want to partner with us on this event, possibly to be a gold or a platinum sponsor. Our highest level is platinum, $50,000. And then with that comes, not only a table of 10, but two seats at the speaker's table with Seth Dillon. And also we're having a private reception for our sponsors to meet Seth Dillon and to have their photo made with him, chit-chat, it's going to be a reception. And so it's not going to be like in the past where we just, ran people through getting their picture made like with Tim Tebow. But this one, they'll have the opportunity to chat with him and get their picture made and, just hang out. Seth is a really down-to-earth speaker. I've been told we saw him in our national convention but a few years ago, but he's making the rounds around the country. And also wanted to mention that we are doing a sister event the next night. You know, we're doing the 27th at the Benton Event Center, but on the 28th we're going to be at the El Dorado Conference Center as a second event, a second Bow Ties for Babies. So this is something new that we're trying. But yes, we do need corporate sponsors. We need, you know, individual sponsors, and also we're taking ads. So, you know, people can do an ad for $500 on, you know, to let people know that they support this event.
Amen. Well, I want to encourage you to get the tickets, $125 per person or sponsor table. Here's the information for you to look at on the screen. Individual tickets, and the event is February 27th, Thursday evening at 6:30 at the Benton Event Center. It's a beautiful facility. You'll be blessed. 17322 I-30 in North Benton. Friday, February 28th at 6:30 p.m. in El Dorado. Conference Center, 311 South West Avenue in El Dorado. Now, Arkansas Right to Life's website is artl.org, Arkansas Right to Life. The email is artl@artl.org. The phone number is 663-4237. Mailing address, Arkansas Right to Life, Box 1697, Little Rock 72203. Sit down now. Make a note on your calendar to write a check to Arkansas Right to Life. Sponsor a table, $1,250. Or if you've got several people, and that'd be a great opportunity to train and educate your children. Get a table and have your children join you, and they will begin to see the value of Arkansas Right to Life. And I guarantee, if you young people that know who Seth is, here's your chance, here's your time to get to the table. I'd love to see 10 young people, maybe that generation, that age, come and get a whole table and invite their friends. Here's your opportunity to take a bite of the pie, get involved in the culture, and if you think people are, you know, excluding you, now's the time for you to get a chair, a seat at the table, and let people see your voice. And don't be intimidated by friends that may not share your convictions. They may be looking for somebody to lead the way, and you could do that very thing. So get together with your Bible study group or your friends or your classmates and make it a point to go to the Bow Ties for Babies. Okay, challenges. I know just a little bit because I've known you for many, many years. There are challenges. You face challenges. Some of the sponsors that you had no longer sponsor. You've had challenges with the city, with the March for Life. And you faced organizing this event. So there are challenges that you have to face there, right? Not just raising the money, but getting the speakers and getting all this together. But let's talk about the rewards. What could you say has been the most rewarding part of serving Arkansas and protecting babies' lives?
Yeah, well, it has to be the successes that we've had, and not that we haven't had failures. We have had failures over the years. When I started in 1988 as just a volunteer at a crisis pregnancy center, I had no idea of the scope of the issue, you know, and the tragedies that were occurring all around me, and women, you know, who were in desperate situations and choosing another desperate solution that brought them no joy and no resolution. It just gave them more problems and with tragic results. But yeah, there's been lots of challenges over the years, and today even there's challenges. But, you know, we try to rise above them, number one, rely on my faith in God that He's brought me safe thus far. He will again. I need only trust in Him.
Right.
And, you know, it's a big effort and big job to put on these dinners, and this year we're doing a second dinner the night, after. So it's got a lot of moving parts that I'm just trying to juggle. But the rewards, I mean, the rewards are going to be heavenly.
Yes, they are.
And so I don't worry so much about, I do want success. Yes, I mean, beating back that abortion amendment last year was all God.
Yeah.
I did my part, and I could have done more. But God saved us from that.
Yeah.
But they're coming back.
Yeah.
And that's another reason we need to get our messaging out there that women don't have to choose abortion in Arkansas. We don't need abortion in Arkansas. Let's keep Arkansas abortion free. Let's work hard. Let's work smart. And having these events brings new people into the fold. Having speakers like Seth Dillon, that appeals to the future of our movement. I got white hair. I'm not going to be around that much longer. We've got to bring more people in, and younger people. Yeah. Because without life, there is nothing. Yeah. And we've lost so many, 250,000, in Arkansas alone. Through those 50 years of Roe v. Wade. We don't want any more babies to die in Arkansas. Yes, women are getting the abortion pill illegally. Yes, women are going to other states. They don't have to. We can help them in Arkansas. Have their babies. Pregnancy is temporary, 9 months, it's over. You don't want the baby? There are people who do want the baby.
Yes, that's right. And there are adoption opportunities for you to place that child in a caring Christian home. Maybe somebody, I know I had an aunt, my father's baby sister. She and her husband, they lived in Florida. They're, of course, both deceased now. She lived in Florida, and she wanted a baby so bad, but she and her husband could not have any children. And they went to adopt some children, but the adoption laws in Florida are very strict, and they couldn't even adopt a child. At 42 years of age, she had 2 boys, and then she had a third one. All 3 boys, they were in business. They had their own business, and now those 3 boys are running those 3 businesses. But there are people out there that will cherish a child to raise, a baby to raise. So don't despair. There are options. You don't have to abort. That is a child. That is a human person. That is a human being. And so you need to realize that. Give them a chance. Arkansas Right can help you. Let's go back to the graphic right now because we're running out of time. Individual tickets to this event, A Bow Ties for Babies, $125. And for that, you're going to get the meal. You're going to get to participate in this event. And you'll get to meet Seth or hear Seth. That's Thursday, February 27th, 6:30 p.m. at the Benton Event Center. That's 17322 I-30 North Benton. Anybody there can tell you where the Benton Event Center is. And then Friday, February 28th at 6:30 p.m. If you have friends that live in El Dorado, then let them know, or you can spread the word. At the El Dorado Conference Center, 311 Southwest Avenue, El Dorado. Now here's the website, Arkansas Right to Life, ARTL.org. Or you can email ARTL@ARTL.org. Phone number is area 501-663-4237. In the mailing address, it's Arkansas Right to Life, P.O. Box 1697. Little Rock 72203. Rose, do you need volunteers?
We do. We do need volunteers. Like I said, we have our volunteers that wear the bow ties. So Marcia Boss is our volunteer coordinator, and they can contact our office if they want to volunteer, either in El Dorado or in the Benton, Central Little Rock area. But I wanted to mention, too, that when people donate, they can donate to Bow Ties for Babies without attending. Okay. If they want to maybe sponsor a ticket for somebody to attend, that would be great. And, sometimes people want to come, they just can't afford that ticket. So, we will possibly have some tickets that we could give away if they want to call the office and be put on a list, to fill seats. I don't want any seats to be empty. We're hoping for at least 400 people, but maybe we'll go over that. I don't know. But I wanted to say that when you give to Arkansas Right to Life, we have two ways to give. We have a tax-deductible way, that's the trust fund, Arkansas Right to Life Educational Trust Fund, where that money is just spent on educational programs, like the activities that we do at the state fair, and even the March for Life is partly educational.
Yeah.
But so they can earmark that money to the trust fund to be tax deductible. The other way is just supporting Arkansas Right to Life, which we lobby using those funds, when I have to go to the Capitol to lobby for pro-life legislation or nationally on a federal bill, so that money is spent just for lobbying, and it also we spend a lot of money on the abortion amendment that has to be that non-tax deductible money. Yeah. So, we really need people to earmark how they want their money spent and if they need a tax deduction.
I'm thinking while you're talking, another part of Arkansas Right to Life that you don't see or hear about much is not only the March for Life, not only the events like Bow Ties for Babies, about the Living Donor Wall, like all the things that they do, but the other part that you don't see is Rose's involvement in the legislature and going to the Capitol and standing up for the right for the unborn, the right to life, and as she is doing the work of a lobbyist. You have a voice in what goes on in our state on a regular basis. So I want to encourage you to remember that. And if you don't want to go to the event or can't go to the event, then send an offering. If you want to go to the event and you don't have the money, then say, hey, if you have a place, I'd like to come. And they'll try to match up donors with people that want to go. So this is an annual event. Now it's in El Dorado. So let's get busy, Arkansas. Let's make the devil mad. Let's do what we can do to save the life of the unborn. Thank you so much, Rose. You're always a blessing. Always welcome here, because we want to continue to educate people about what's going on at Arkansas Right to Life and what's going on in our state. We're a part of it. Thank you for watching. Spread the word. And remember, Jesus is Lord over Arkansas and wherever you're watching too.
Send your questions, comments, and testimonies to Happy Caldwell at Post Office Box 26207, Little Rock, Arkansas 72221, or email happycaldwell@vtntv.com. Remember to follow VTN on Facebook at VTN Your Arkansas Christian Connection, and follow Happy Caldwell on X at Happy_Caldwell. VTN is on Roku. Search VTN in the channel store and add us to your lineup. Today's episode is available to watch on demand at VTNTV.com and click Watch. You can also watch VTN via live stream at VTNTV.com.